We've discussed the soft and the hard life, but what about that hustle and grind? Are we doing too much? Are we overworking ourselves, and is it affecting the bedroom? Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and here to discuss this hustle grind are my friends Ajibola Borderin, HR specialist Nicole Bello, and business consultant Kimberly Tennille. All right, we've discussed the hard and soft life, and we know we got to have a nice, delicate balance of both. Doesn't matter your generation, right? Although probably working a little harder when you're younger. So when it comes to hustle, isn't that part of really getting ahead in life?
I think so.
Yeah?
You need to do you got to do over and beyond if you're hustling. To me,
Okay.
when you kind of step out to be an entrepreneur, you know, you're paying the bills. There's no corporate writing you a check. Whatever you do is what you reap the benefits of.
Right.
So you do have to do a little bit more hustle than maybe you're doing at your job.
I definitely agree with that. I know growing up, both my parents, they own businesses, and I think they helped me understand that, like, hustling is different. Like, some people, they know their parents are going to get home at this time. They're going to leave the house at this time, and they kind of expect these things where, like, I grew up, it's like, you know, it might be some days where my parents might be working later, or they might have to go on a trip to, like, get like, retail supplies and stuff like that. And sometimes you ask yourself, like, oh, why are they going like this, or why are they doing that? But as you get older, you realize they're kind of having to go a little bit above and beyond because they're responsible for whatever they bring in. There's nobody else that's going to cut a check for them. So.
Right. So what I'm hearing is this is mainly affecting entrepreneurs more so than people in corporate America?
Well, I think it affects entrepreneurs more, just like she said, because you don't get the paycheck. But I think when people are like climbing up the corporate ladder, they do have to apply a certain amount of hustle. And I'm not against hustle.
But I'm hearing a but in
I'm
there.
not against it. I believe in the principles of doing what needs to be done in order to get where you're trying to go. However, I am against the religion of hustle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so what's the difference there?
So to me, the religion of hustle is total like consumption of yourself in the pursuit of making money. I don't like that. I'm staunchly against it.
Why are you so staunchly against it?
Because I hate to see people burn their candle to the point to where they don't even have wax left. You have nothing left for your family. You have nothing left for yourself. You've made this money. You're doing all this work, and you're grinding. And you go on vacations, and you're checking your email, or you don't take proper time to rest, or you're not going to your doctor's appointment. Like, you are literally burning yourself up for $1, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Are you guys seeing a lot of that?
Yeah, one of the biggest things is like this whole idea that you're always on the clock. So I know that like networking and stuff is important, but you know, some people, even when they go on these vacations, they're going to go, you know, meet people and network and kind of rub elbows. They're not really even doing it for the enjoyment of like, I'm going on a trip, or I'm trying to enjoy myself, or people are saying, oh, if you're not making up and making money, then what's wrong with you? And it's like, what about like just simply enjoying like the things that are happening in the world outside of like just working and trying to make money?
Yeah, I feel like my husband got onto me the other day because, you know, I said we're going to go on a pseudo date to an event that I got invited to. But I went there to network, right? I went there to go meet people, make connections, and see who I can get on the show, or, you know, just make the visibility of Carolina Sanchez and the Nightcap. And so we came home, and I was like, oh, did you have a good time? And he's like, that was not a date, babe. Okay, I was literally your trophy husband in the corner drinking a cocktail. And I was like, you're right, you know, you're right. I was working. And I find myself doing that more and more, where I am not actually taking the time to be present. I am like trying to see how I can better myself and the show anywhere that I go. So it's a hard balance because I do want it to succeed, right? But I want to not ignore my husband and my life at home, but it's a balance I'm not
It
able to
does.
find.
It gets difficult to walk that fine line because for me, like, my mind is always thinking like, what extra can I do? Like, what extra services can I offer? What, you know, and who else can I meet? What can I do? You're constantly in that mindset, and like your spouse, if they're going to work every day and they have the, you know, typical corporate, when they come home, it's off. It's cut off. It's nothing else. For me, if someone calls and we have like a temp placement, they call in and they can't make it to the assignment, I have to answer the phone.
All right, well,
Yeah.
we're going to have to discuss how we find that line and how we make it okay in our relationships. But coming up next, we actually had a visit from Checkers earlier today, so we're going to see what they're offering up. And after that, we'll talk about our relationships and the hustle. So stay right there. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now, and there's no alcohol here because we got food. It's time for Midnight Munchies, baby. And we've got Chris Gonzalez from Checkers, right? You're an
Yes.
operation manager there?
Yes.
It's a fast food restaurant I've seen all over Houston. Y'all got some good stuff.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of variety for people who want to come late night, during the day, in the evening. It really doesn't matter.
How late are we talking?
Well, for example, my operation, we are open to 2 in the
2?
morning.
Yes,
and
okay.
3 in the morning on Friday and Saturday. So a lot of different Checkers vary on their operations, but
You
for the
will
most
find
part,
one that's open late.
Exactly.
So after the Nightcap, you already know. You can hit up a Checkers. All right,
Yes.
so what do you have here?
So today I just had some features, very popular items that a lot of people like to order when they do come in. It's very fast, so it's very quick if you're very hungry, really fast. We have our popcorn chicken box. It comes with our famous fries with our white meat popcorn chicken. And then
That this is
yep,
right
it's
Alright.
good.
I had to do it. You keep talking, I'm gonna munch.
And then we also have our mozzarella sticks. Houston loves mozzarella sticks. You can find it at any restaurant. So Checkers definitely has it. They're really delicious, very well seasoned. With a side of marinara sauce, ranch, however you like it. If you
Do you prefer ranch or marinara?
ranch. I eat ranch with everything, even my burger. We are also doing our mushroom Swiss burger. It comes with our hand-seasoned beef patty with a mushroom sauce, grilled onions, and fried mushrooms as well.
You didn't know this coming here, but my favorite burger is a mushroom burger. Grilled onions and mushrooms on a burger, you can't beat that.
Most Houston folks love a good mushroom burger. You can find it at just as the mozzarella sticks at any kind of restaurant. And it's a perfect complement with our fries. Our fries are to die for. We have customers who just come into our restaurants and just order fries.
Really?
We even have the extra large fry lovers that come in a large cup that you can get just by itself.
Oh, yep. I've actually got Ernie in my ear saying that he loves them and I have to save them for him. Okay, Ernie, you'll get your fries. I'm so sorry.
And then if you want a sweet tooth, to top it off, we have ice cream, soft cones in a cup, slushies, and then funnel cakes as well.
And you didn't bring me a slushie, Chris?
I
What's
did
going
not.
on? You're making me come to you. Okay, we
It
just
would
gotta
not
go to
have-
the location. I'm spitting everywhere. I'm sorry.
It wouldn't have survived the drive over here, but our funnel cakes did. It's a perfect deliciousness.
What are you saying?
Like,
This is
Yep,
is this a fry with just?
funnel cake fry, yes. And it melts in your mouth as soon as you take that first bite.
He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Oh, this is a midnight munchie for sure.
Yes.
You don't gotta go to the rodeo for no funnel cake, baby. You can go right
you
over
can
to
go to
Checkers.
your local
Checkers.
Checkers,
Not
yes.
Chuckers. This got me drunk already. Hello.
And then for our chocolate lovers, we have our brookie. And our brookie, you can get it by itself or you can get it served in a cup if you want with
Okay.
your soft serve ice cream. So these are just some of the items that Checkers has to offer.
Yeah. Producer Hobby. Yes, this is for you. Okay, she's a chocolate lover. It's for you. Don't worry.
Yes, it's very amazing. Very
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna have to bite into that burger, but not on screen. So, thank you so much for the midnight munchie up in here. Thank you, Checkers. We'll see you coming up next. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been discussing hustle culture and whether it's good or bad for us, but now we're getting into the relationship side of things. And we have a new friend who's joined us on the couch. Now we've got Sky Houston, because she was also here when we were discussing soft and hard life. You were out having fun and you had time to finally come over. Right? She's joining Aji, Nicole, and Kimberly. All right, so relationships. We've discussed how we've gotten that look, Nicole and I. So how do you think we should balance, hustling because we need to, and still acknowledging the relationships in our lives?
The biggest thing is kind of trying to apply that energy back into your relationships and the people that are in your life, because it's very easy to feel like everything you do has to have some type of compensation or like some type of like payback, I guess. And sometimes relationships and like, you know, just pouring into people don't always translate like that directly.
Right.
So it's easy for us to say, oh, I want to put all this time into this business or this job because it means I'm going to get paid, or I might get this promotion, or I might, you know, get bigger in some type of way. But it's harder sometimes to be like, oh, I'm going to pour back into the people I love just because that's something that also fulfills me. So I think that's the biggest thing.
So on a personal note, like we worked you pretty hard
Yeah.
at South by Southwest. You also have your side hustle with the artwork. Like, did you come back tired as hell and say, babe, like I'm gonna take you out to a date and pour that same energy back
I
in?
mean, yeah, I mean, you try to. I feel like it's one of those things where, you know, when you know that you're putting a lot into your job, you have to kind of keep those people in mind. And, you know, nobody's perfect. Sometimes you're like, oh, man, I missed this, or, man, I should have put more time into it. But I think it's about being cognizant. Like, I think so many times people get tunnel vision when it comes to, like, this hustle culture. It's like, that's all you can think about. And sometimes if that is your personality, you got to know how to press pause, like, at least.
Yeah.
I know she mentioned, I'm sorry.
No.
I know she mentioned not having office hours per se, but maybe there are systems that maybe you can do, maybe get what do you call it? You know, like the apartments used to have where they have the answering service.
Yes.
Somebody that kind of fields the things and makes sure it's a really important thing before you get that look across the table because you took the phone call. So I think that we have to make sure that we build our business or build our hustle or whatever, build our hustle around our life versus build our life around our hustle.
Yeah.
So that way we can have a life. We can have that time, and our loved ones don't feel neglected when they're sitting across the table.
So how does it affect you guys personally? Because we're talking very generically, but how are you guys? Because you guys are hustlers. So
My friends are sick of me.
your friends are sick of
My
you.
friends are flat out, and I can imagine my family too, but my friends are flat out sick of me. I got an epiphany. I went to a friend's wedding recently, and I came from out of town, and all of the parents were there. All of my friends from high school, elementary, college, their parents were there. I come in sashaying with my energy, and all the moms and dads are happy to see me. And I was like, I got to spend more time with my people. Like, and they were like, no, we understand. I said, y'all shouldn't have to understand all the time. I'm always busy. Like, everybody gave me a pass. No, don't give me a pass. I need to be just as present as everybody else here. I felt like an outsider because everyone else spends time. So back to what you said about scheduling and creating systems, if I can't tell anybody anything else, first figure out again what you want in life. What is important to you? Yes, the money. Get the money, because you can't support nobody if you don't have any money. Nobody wants to be around you broke.
Facts.
But in addition to get rich with the people around you, because when you get old, who are you going to have? You're going to be by yourself. They're going to be sick of you.
They won't know you.
Yeah, they won't know you.
Right.
Because you're not spending the time with them.
That's true.
And I feel like the biggest issue is that some people's end game is to flex. If we've been honest, like their end game isn't like, oh, I want to build this type of life, or I want to be able to travel, I want to be able to do this. It's like, oh, I just want to be able to
Stunt on social.
stunt on socials. It's like, how many people have you seen? It's like you don't really even know what they do to make their money, and like.
And they might not even have that.
They might not
That's the
even
thing.
have
Like
that.
they're on social media and they just rented that car for the weekend.
Yes.
They might not. They friends might
Right,
have rented it.
right.
Yeah, you know,
They're
so
out sitting inside.
yeah, so it's so many things that happen like that, and it's easy to get caught up in it. And I think that if we're really thoughtful and we try to be like, okay, what do I want out of life? A lot of people realize that it doesn't take this idea of like just working nonstop unless it's something that you really are believing or something that you really want to push. Then it's a different case. But when you're just doing it just for the sake of being frivolous or conspicuous consumption, like it's kind of like you're never gonna be satisfied with it.
Well, I'm not going to be satisfied if you're not still there after the break. So you better stay right there, baby, because the conversation continues. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been discussing hustle culture and how it affects other aspects of our lives. I'm here with my friend Aji, Sky, Nicole, and Kimberly. So we had a show earlier in the year where they discussed how black women tend to hustle a lot harder earlier in their lives, and they put off their dating and relationships for later on. And by then, it's like, obviously they have their high expectations. They've been an independent for a long time, so they're not putting up with any bullshit. And so finding that partner is even harder, right? So does that affect the love life overall, or?
I think it can't. Oh, I think it does. Okay, I'll speak for me.
Speak for you. Speak for you.
I think it has, but I never made a conscious decision to say, okay, I don't want a relationship. I just want to work towards X, Y, Z. But when opportunities came for me to either move up personally or move up within the company or whatever, there was nobody there to stop me. Like, I wasn't connected with someone in a way where I said, okay, well, that's not 100% true. Well, it was, well, because I almost got married. It was very close thing.
Ooh.
And I got transferred from Memphis back to Houston. And when it was time for us to start packing up to go, he was like, hey, I'd rather stay here. And I knew I did not want to stay there.
Yeah.
So we had to walk away from each
Yeah.
other. And it wasn't like, oh, I'd rather have this job than you. It's just, hey,
You just.
maybe I did rather have the job.
Yeah, I
than
think
him.
so. Yeah, the
Oh,
hustle's
that's-
probably better.
Okay.
It wasn't worth more. Talk to me, Sky.
I've learned in my dating life, in these dating streets, men can do one of two things: hold you back or hold your hand forward.
Okay.
I'm in the mindset that we can do it all together. If you have that right person that says, hey, I want to live like this, I'm supposed to be a millionaire. So if I have a man who's hustling like I am, and we have shared visions, shared goal, and I can see where maybe I'm strong where he's weak and he's strong where I'm weak, and we can work together, that's what union is. I feel like we're all created to do a thing. I'm a helpmate at the end of the day. I'm not this strong black woman who doesn't need anybody. No, I want a suitable mate. But until that suitable mate comes, I'm running. Catch me if you can.
Right, right.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you. Sometimes if both people are very strong and set, and they both are doing the same thing, then it's kind of hard to connect.
No.
So no,
I don't
no, I'm
think
just
so.
saying for myself.
Okay.
For myself
So you can
personally.
speak on
So in my relationship, I'm that person that's out there, like, wanting to go get it, and my husband is holding my hand. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to leave my job and pursue what I'm doing right now. So he's like a silent partner.
Nice.
He's supportive and allows me to do that. But he's not that. Like, he never wanted to, be that. So I'm like, I'm fine with it. You give me the space to be able to be creative, to be able to reach and grow and do things. And, it's, at the end of the day, it supports both of us.
He's a
Right.
suitable
Yeah,
mate.
he's a
That's
suitable
right.
mate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And Aja, you're dating, and you and your girlfriend, y'all both
Yeah.
hustling. You feel like there's some sort of balance that happens there, a very nice dance of like we're holding each other's hands?
Yeah,
or-
I mean, I think like right now at my age, it's about learning that balance and like kind of like building yourself up, because right now where I'm at right now, I don't know where I'm gonna be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years or even more. So it's about, I feel like, learning each other's tendencies and like what drives the other person.
Right.
And then also just thinking about it, like also thinking about the examples I have. So I talked about my parents owning businesses.
Right.
And the crazy thing is that's actually how they ended up being together. Like my dad was trying to talk to my mom, and like he was like, oh, what do you want to do or whatever. She's like, I want to own a business. He said, I can help you do that. And literally they became business partners, and then they ended up kind of starting to actually date and then get married eventually. So when I think about that, they're both very different in their own way. And like my mom was very much a idealist, and my dad is like a on paper, like planning, like I'm gonna get it together. So they almost like work perfectly. Because my mom always said, she thought at first she was just joking, like saying, oh, I'm gonna have a business. And then my dad started saying, hey, do you have your business plan? Like having deadlines for her. He'll call me like, so where's this? And she'll be like, oh, I've been working on it. Then all of a sudden she's gonna go to the library and start working on it that same day. So
Sky is
I
like,
need somebody
this
like
is
that.
exactly it.
Because I'm a strong
Yeah,
personality. Who gonna stop me, boo?
No.
If you're man enough to come set me down, please do. Work with me. Let's work together. I love it. We can do it all. Why not?
I don't think people understand how much strong women appreciate strong men.
Yep.
Like, I don't need someone to come through and tell me how to be an adult. But if you see places where I'm struggling, by all means, respectfully, let me know. Because I have no problem. I want to get better. One thing I want to get better. I want to grow. I want to be a better lover, a better business owner, a better everything. I want to be better at everything I do. So when you're in a partnership, you want somebody that talks to you respectfully and say, hey, when you did X, Y, Z, I did not like you didn't. Oh,
That-
that brings all the femininity out. I mean, it does.
That's the misconception for black women. People think that black women are so strong, they're headstrong, they're ambitious, and they can't, nobody can deal with them. The right man can, and he will. So all of the other ones who are getting in the way, like I get it all the time, are we scared of her? Bye-bye, boo-boo. You can't handle me.
Come on.
But there is a man who can. I know it is.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank y'all so much for coming and talking about this because, the hustle grind don't stop, but it does for life, right?
Right.
All right, so we can enjoy it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this conversation, and cheers to y'all. We'll see you next time. This was great. Man, I love it.
Missed out on the Nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters.
Gotcha.
But we can get men pretty big.
What, do I look disgusting?
No.
Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in. Join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.